everybody. Welcome to the Brand Sisters. I'm Alexis.
I'm Claire.
And we're from Animella Agency, where we take your brands from unseen to unforgettable. And we're going to have a little bit of a different format today.
Great.
A lot of times I have like objectives or like specific things that I want to point out, but I want to have more of a conversation with you.
Great. I'm excited.
And I want, and you. And I want to talk about marketing, but specifically Reels and TikTok videos.
Oh.
And the reason why I want to talk about this is I feel like there's so much focus on creating video content, which video obviously is proven to be more effective than just photos on Instagram specifically. And obviously TikTok is just a video platform. And there's clearly nothing wrong with that. And there's obviously so many different types of videos. So I'm going to just refer to moving forward as like videos, but I'm talking about Reels and TikTok videos specifically. Okay. And back in the day, I tried my hand at some Reels that were more trendy at the time. I did the pointing to the bubbles. I also did some other text appears with the hands. And they never really felt like me. Now, I never did try any of the dancing ones.
You should have.
That might have actually felt more like me. And obviously things I think have really evolved, especially with TikTok, because now a lot of the Reels or a lot of the videos are like, clips from like audio bites from different things like shows, songs or whatever. And then people like apply whatever they're doing to them. And I just need to be really honest. I really struggle with them. I don't think that they're bad, but I need to share how I feel about them.
Yeah.
Number one, I probably overthink things when I'm trying to, even if I am watching any of them, I probably overthink things. So like a lot of times I'm just trying to understand how somebody came up with this idea. Like, who thought of this? Like, how did they think to pair this with this? And then I start overthinking, do I listen to the soundbite or do I listen to or do I read all the words? Like it actually takes me a couple times to do both. And then I connect what they're actually trying to say.
Yeah.
And then I'm really aging myself here, which is fine. I mean, but I think a lot of older people like TikTok videos and Reels and stuff. Yeah. Just maybe not so much.
Yeah.
So I tend to like overthink things. Like I actually never get to the real message because I'm just overthinking how long it took this person to do this or where they came up with the idea or who they found it from. And I realized though, because I actually did quite a bit of research about this, so much of it is just like copy and paste ideas, right? Like you're getting the idea, you're saving the audio clip, you're like doing it for your industry. Which is, I don't know, not really sure. I'm not really sure. I feel like even then, even if I could come up with the ideas because I'm just saving them, do I want to do the same thing applying it to my own industry as like everyone else is?
Right.
No. Yeah. I don't. I think another thing about videos is I don't consume social media with sound on normally.
Me neither.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
And if I'm ever like really interested in something, then I might turn the sound on, but I just usually like, I actually have a weird, like if there's ever sound on, I like freak out and mute it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Me too.
Okay.
No.
Why is it for you?
Partly just because I have a baby. So I feel like I've just gotten in the habit of like, I just never listen to it. But I also kind of feel like and maybe this is just me because I'm a little more like, mellow and sensitive that like, I feel like it's jarring, like as you're scrolling and it's just like, it's like, it's too much stimulation to me and it's not enjoyable because I feel like it's almost like when you change a channel on the TV over and over and over again, you're just getting like little bits. Cause I don't stop on as I'm scrolling, I don't stop on each one and like watch, it's like I'm scrolling more than I'm probably viewing, which is probably the case for most people. And so it just sounds like a broken record kind of, and I feel like it's just a little bit more peaceful. And if I'm really interested in one, then I'll like click on it and maybe listen to it. But even then,
like, it makes me a little bit, that's exactly how I feel. I'm not as peaceful and calm as you, but
I don't know about that.
but it does make me, it just gets me a little not anxious. Like, I don't enjoy that. It ruins like any kind of peace I'm trying to find in my life. Before we talk more, how do you feel about reels and videos?
It's interesting because I feel like it's a tough topic because especially on Instagram, I spend more time on Instagram than TikTok, so I can't speak as much for TikTok. But like, I
don't spend any time on TikTok.
Okay. Well, then we're on the same page. Everyone keeps telling me to go on there, like your children, but I'm not interested, to be honest.
It's not where I currently want to invest any of my time, nor do I ever see myself wanting to invest any time.
Right. It's just a little too much. So I think that like on Instagram, I think one of the things that has been bothering me maybe and why I've been spending less time on there is so much of like it's become so performance based and it doesn't feel quite as like authentic, and I feel like I'm scrolling through and watching people do silly things, and I guess that's like not necessarily why I go onto social media. I want to like be, but this is maybe me, like I want to be like inspired or like, you know, figure out something new, or I don't know, if I'm into food at the time, like see a new recipe or, you know, like I don't really want to go on and see people like, I don't know, hop around and I don't know, just, I think maybe if you are going to Instagram just for entertainment, then maybe that is what you want. But this maybe sounds bad, but I feel like it's a little cringy sometimes, you know, like I watch some people
I was really going to try today not to use that word.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm glad that you did it and not me. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's a word that we would associate with videos a lot of times.
Yeah. And I respect the fact that I feel like you get two things on Instagram. It's either people are being like, I know this is really hard, but do it anyway because it's good for your social media account and it's good for your business, blah, blah. Or you get the other side of like, I hate this, you know, and like you even get reels where people are like, this is dumb. You know, that was like one thing where somebody that I follow that I really love, she did a reel where it's basically like, I don't know what to post. Like that was her reel. Like, I don't know what to do for this reel. I have no idea what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. And like, that was her reel. And I was kind of like, why do we feel the need to do this? Like, why are we feeling the need to like, she felt like she had to do it, but she didn't know what to do. So she did it anyway, but it was about nothing. So it was just like, what the heck is the point here? You know, like, what are we doing? There you go. Sorry.
No. That's exactly what I wanted to hear I wanted you to share what you feel, but what you said, is so accurate that there's like this huge push for like authenticity on social media, right? It's like, be authentic, like show your real self, like, yes. But I kind of feel like most videos are the opposite of that because it's really cookie cutter. Yeah. But like with you. And I don't know if it really does. That's exactly what it is. It lacks authenticity often. Obviously, we're not talking about everybody in all reels. I'm just talking about the consumption that I tend to see, I guess, or what I tend to see. And so like you and I have talked about making sure that our content mirrors our brand, and those type of videos do not mirror our brand. Like that is so not us at all. And I don't feel like that's at all attractive to our ideal client also. Like, would you agree that like the companies that we work with, they're not doing this.
They're not in it for like the silly.
No.
Yeah.
And I also feel like oftentimes the videos, when I think about the brands that I follow, some just like people or whatever that I follow, sometimes the reels that they do seem to be like in total contrast to what they offer, where I feel like, so you have this serious business thing that you're offering that's like really cool, but you do these reels that are, I think, you know, they
maybe
don't,
a little less professional.
And it makes me I would lose trust in them as somebody that was like guiding me. Does that make sense?
Totally. And I think too, like on the other side of it, if there is like a business or brand that is more playful, you know, and is like more along that lines, I think that kind of stuff is great. Yeah. You know, so I don't think either of us are saying like that stuff is terrible, period. No. But it's more of like what makes sense for you.
So one of the people that I wanted to bring up that I feel like fuses that really well is the Social Bungalow, which like I brought up a lot before. She does have some creative, entertaining reels, but they're so related to her brand. And number one, they're on point. Number two, they like what she does with them is their lead-ins to content that she's sharing. So she'll do like, let's say she has a course coming up or a course launch, and she does like a video that's like an intro and then gives the information on her course. Like it's strategic marketing, not just her doing something like silly to get engagement or more follows or whatnot. I think that she does a really great job of them being like hooks almost. They're like a hook to what she's offering. Right. And they're not, they are absolutely on brand for her, and they can be kind of playful. She's like playful but still like so serious and professional. They're not serious, but they're very professional. The other person that does videos that I love is Anna Patoni. She has a personal brand accelerator. She does like cinematic. She actually posts more about her life. She doesn't do as much at all related to her brand, but they're like beautifully curated. They're like about things like lessons that she's like learning, but like videos of her day, and she lives in Boston. So they're like tiny little movies that are just like so enjoyable to watch, and they're so true to her. So those are two people like very different things, and they're doing different things, but I actually enjoy those ones. Can you think of any off the top of your head that you enjoy?
I don't think I could think of actual like handles off the top of my head, but I think the ones that I enjoy the most on my end, because I'm more interested in the visual stuff and the designer stuff. I love where people like show behind the scenes, and like show their process. Right. I think that that's really cool. So I feel like, I guess you can kind of extract that and pull that into your industry, that I think that people really love to see, like, think about bloopers. Who doesn't love bloopers, and I'm not saying that like, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I think people like to see like behind the veil. Right. They like to see the real person, they like to see the real personality. And so I think that that could be translated into your, video content, that it doesn't always have to be about putting up like a facade, it should be about like being like pulling back the veil and showing what it is to be behind your business. Yeah. Like I love when people kind of show a little bit more like detail as to like, recently I got more interested in like makeup and like, face makeup and stuff.
What?
I know. I know, seriously.
Your so makeup looks really nice.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying.
I like it.
So their couple, Ilya is one of them, which I can actually remember that name. But Ilya, they show a lot of their video content is geared towards like how-tos and like tutorials. And so they will show people like, this is what they're using, and they list it out, and then they actually do it, and you can watch them do it, and you can see like, oh, and I've learned a lot, like I've seen it like, oh my gosh, like that's a really cool way to do that. I've never thought to do that. And also it's just therapeutic, to like watch it and just to like kind of zone out for a second. And I've noticed that there are a couple other brands, because I'm trying to see some more, natural skincare products, a couple other brands that like, part of me was like, come on guys, like they have such great products, but they don't present them well. Like they don't do any video content. They don't show people with different skin tones, skin colors doing, the makeup themselves. So like Ilya has like got me because they have so many people that I'm seeing regularly that they have, like kind of the same people, but very different skin tones, and they're just doing their makeup over and over again, so like having that,
you're bringing up a great point, that one of the goals for a lot of brands should be to like educate and inspire. And that education has increased sales for them. Like you've become a buyer because their goal is to educate you and offer you tips. If your goal is just to entertain, how does that convert? Right. And that's kind of why I wanted to have this conversation, because I think that there's so much emphasis on video content, which there should be, because video content gets 22% more like TikTok Reels get 22% more engagement than just like video content on its own. But what is the goal? And if the goal is to like copy and paste different like trends and just to kind of like entertain, but like put a couple things about your industry, my question is, where does that lead? That can definitely lead to more engagement. It could lead to a oftentimes temporary increase in followers. Let's say you're getting like, you know, a lot of views, right? It could lead to a permanent increase in followers. But where does that increase in engagement and followers? What happens then?
Yeah.
And if you don't actually have a strong marketing strategy and are creating content that your ideal client wants to hear, it means nothing.
Yeah.
Like absolutely nothing. And so then if that then goes against like your core values as a brand, why are people putting so much emphasis on it? Again, that may mean a lot for some people and they may like doing them. But for like the people that are more like us, like I don't even like watching these very much. Like why would we feel the pressure to do it? Which I don't think that you and I feel the pressure to do that. And I want to gear this, like, I'm not talking about like content creators or like rising influencers. Like I get that those people can get paid to like in products or to like do specific things. I'm talking more about like service-based industries that are interested in like growing their business. But I think that that's such a great point, is like, what should be at the root of your video creation? Like, what do people actually want from you?
Well, and I was just on Instagram recently, and there was a designer that I follow, and she has, you know, a decent following, like, you know, 20,000, something like that. And she was saying the same thing. She was saying that like, just because, or how much people right now want to go viral, that like, that's like the goal, you know, like have your video go viral. And she was saying how she was laying out some stats about it, and I wish I had it with me, but she was saying basically how like going viral really doesn't mean anything because number one, you oftentimes attract followers that aren't actually interested in your brand. And so, you know, your numbers may grow and everything may look good from the outside, but then you may have more trolling, you know, and you may have like more people that are following you that maybe aren't actually interested in your content and are, you know, giving you maybe not the best feedback or, you know, and it does, I feel like we need to kind of come back to the truth that like it is quality over quantity, you know, like a really good, you know, 1,000, 5,000 followers that really love your content and your business and are like total fans is way more valuable than like 20, 50, 100,000 that are just kind of like, and sometimes I do look at people like that who have like 100,000 followers and you look at their comments on their posts and it's like, you're terrible, you know, like you have like so many like terrible comments about them and it's like, oh my gosh, like, is this what people want? You know, like, is this like what people are, what their goal is? It just seems like it adds more. It's like more money, more problems, you know, it's like more followers, more problems sometimes, like that they don't.
Claire,
it's not
makeup and P. Diddy in like one episode.
I don't know. I don't know who I am anymore.
I love it. I'm surprised.
Anyway, you get it.
I do. Again, I was like researching this because I'm like, show me I'm wrong. Like, show me, like, I was looking at so many statistics or attempted to look at statistics of different things. And you know what? Didn't find any. But here's something that I read that I thought was so interesting. And I guess this sums it up. So with like those kind of video content or potentially like viral content, that engagement gives you attention. That attention can also equal opportunity, but the opportunity can also increase a chance of like more conversions and more profit. But if you don't have that structured and if you're not getting the right engagement, it's nothing. Like it's ultimately means nothing, right? And so I like what we talked about. And again, I think this is just a conversation for anybody that may be feeling the way that we do, or if you are feeling the pressure to perform things that don't necessarily feel true to you, or that are, another thing, a massive time suck as opposed to actually doing things that are growing your business or like serving your clients better, actually gaining more profits or sales. So I don't know. I think just we're going to keep staying true to ourselves. We're going to keep doing the kind of video that we like to do. And I also think just kind of maybe posing the question that do your videos what is the root behind you doing them? And really making sure, well, I'm not giving the advice to anybody else. I just want to make sure that we always stay true to our brand and are thinking about like the type of people that we want to attract and that we want to engage in our community, as opposed to selling out for increased engagement.
Amen.
Fist pump.
Totally on board for that. Yeah.
Okay. So you can read, I don't know how I'm going to put this conversation into a blog post.
Yeah.
I normally do. This really goes against my streamlined system for success content creation, where I write the blog post first, but I wanted to have an organic conversation about it.
Yeah, it was
sometimes. So you can read the blog post. You can visit us, YouTube, podcasts, Pinterest, Instagram. I mean, I don't know if I feel right promoting this on TikTok.
I know.
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe.
We're there though. If you want to,
it's a minimal
see some stuff on there. Yeah.
Anyways, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.